I'm Ringer, and this is my prospecting journal. Come on, let's go prospecting. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Ringer's Prospecting Journal. Now today I was getting organized to go on our Nugget Lake trip. Nugget Lake is one of the better known gold prospecting locations within the state of Wisconsin. We'll be going there in a couple weeks. So I was organizing my equipment, getting it ready to get it packed up, and came across a 5-gallon pail of Lake Superior beach sand. Now, I'm not going to say I forgot I had it, but you know, being the prospector in me that I am, figured it's about time that I actually ran that material, and at the same time test out a new sluice box setup for up at the beach. So hopefully next year when they open it back up, I'll be ready to go. Now it's a sweltering upper 80s today in Wisconsin, high humidities. So yeah, instead of being out in the sun and stuff, we're going to set this stuff up in the garage and we'll run some material. So this is the setup that we will be using. I have a 6-inch Gold Hog mini sluice with the Gold Hog mat. Runs into another 6-inch Gold Hog mini sluice with the VDR mat. And that runs into another 6-inch mini sluice with miner's moss. So we're going to do a trial and a test and see how well this actually captures the gold. Or actually we're going to clean out each mat separately and determine what our capture rate comparison between the different mats, what gets picked up in the top mat, middle mat, and the bottom mat. Gold Hog sluice on top with the Gold Hog mat I have at 9 degrees. And the VDR mat and the miner's moss I have at 7 degrees. Got some jet dry in the water. Got the Lake Superior beach sand sitting right there. And I did pour some water in there to wet it down a little bit. You might have to add some more. So yeah, we'll run this material and see what kind of action we get. Everything seems to be running pretty decently. Got material here, it's wet. Grab a little bit of liquid refreshment. Leinie Summer Shandy. A little lemon beer to make it through the hot and humid weather. Take a look at the material that we're using. A lot of black sand. This is scraped right off the beaches of Lake Superior. So I'll run this through, put the first scoop in and see what type of actions we get. Now I'm not expecting a lot from the first scoop as far as the bottom mats. A lot of material. We'll be working through the top mat. Lighter material come down. But so far it seems to be working. Let's put another scoop on there. And we get turned around and give you a close up of the action. Material in here. See everything moving around in there, so that's good. Bottom section. Yeah, everything's moving around down there. Everything seems to be working good. And even the miner's moss is catching some. So we're a few scoops in. See, we got a little bit of gold showing up in the upper portion of the top mat already. It seems to be working rather well. All right, so we got all the material ran. Time to do cleanup. We're going to start with the top sluice first with the gold hog mat in it. Now this is just one bucket of material. I'm not expecting a whole bunch of gold out of just one bucket, but should be halfway decent. Check the mat out. I tell you, these new modern mats are so easy to clean out. And there's the first mat done. Well, we're gonna turn the water back on here. And flush out any remaining sand from the top box. Alright, pretty decent job there. Getting that top part cleaned out. And there's the concentrates. Mat number one. Again, with the modern mats, you don't get a lot of concentrates like you would with miner's moss or any other standard carpet type mats. Now for the VDR mat. And this VDR mat is extremely tight in the sluice. It's right at 6 inches wide, where the sluice itself is just a hair under 6. So it gives it a nice tight connection there. And like with the top one, we'll just turn on the water a little bit. And make sure everything's flushed out, including the stuff that's captured in the boil box up here. Again, the VDR mats are extremely easy to clean out. This mat here was extremely sticky when I first got it, but I used it a few times and a lot of that stickiness washed away out of it. So it cleans out a lot easier now. And then the last mat, which is the miner's moss. And miner's moss holds a lot of material, a lot of concentrates that you have to go through to actually get your gold out, if there's any gold in it. All right, in theory, the majority of our gold should be caught in that top mat. Secondary amount should be caught in the second mat. And then there should only be a little bit of gold, if any at all, in the bottom mat. If we're gonna try to capture the most amount. Now, no system is 100%. I think I've said that multiple times, but we're gonna get this stuff cleaned up and show you the gold that we got per station, and see if it's worthwhile to actually have this third sluice set up or not with this system. We might just do Gold Hog and Miner's Moss, Gold Hog VDR. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I know Miner's Moss is a tried and true gold collecting device. Captures pretty much every type of gold that you throw at it. Not so sure about the modern day mats. Some mats capture certain types of gold better than others. With the micro gold, flat gold that we have here in Wisconsin and on Lake Superior, we'll see which ones has the better capture rate. All right, so to clean this material, we are going to use our cleanup hex mat. We get all the bubbles out of it. All right, so first one I'm going to do is the top mat. So in theory, this should have the most gold in it. Put a small scoop on there. See how it's running. Not over blowing material. You want to run this as slow as possible. We'll do a couple of scoops, pull the little pebbles out. This is a slow process. As I said, you don't want to have a lot of water flow or steep pitch. You want to allow the heavies to settle and let the water just slowly wash the lighter stuff away. Again, want to try to reduce the amount of concentrates down to its basic levels so it's easier to retrieve the gold out of it. Couple pieces here and there and there. And we'll set it up. Now I will rerun this material multiple times just to make sure I get as much gold as possible out of it. Pull the mat out. I don't have a lot of material left in the pan. Make panning it out a lot easier. So here's all the gold from the top mat. Very respectable amount considering it was only one 5-gallon pail. I'm okay with that. On to the next one. So there's the gold from the VDR mat. Not as much as the Gold Hog mat, the first mat that we did. Wouldn't expect there to be as much. And this gold is a lot smaller than what was in the top mat. So far the theory is holding true. We'll see what's gonna be in the miner's moss. And here's the gold that I got from the miner's moss. Not as many pieces, a lot smaller. So I don't know, what do you think, folks? Is it worth running the third sluice or not? And here's the way out. All the little gold in there. There's a little bit more black sand in there that I care for. So I'm going to say 0.10 of a gram, so 1/10 of a gram, in one 5-gallon bucket that's 3/4 full of Lake Superior beach sand that was unclassified, not concentrates, just scraped off the sand and thrown, scraped off the beach and thrown in the bucket. So that tells me if you run 10 buckets, you're going to get a gram, supposedly. Might have to go back to that location next year when and if they allow the recirculating systems back on the beach. Well, there you have it, folks. Clean out of one 5-gallon pail of Lake Superior beach sand that was unclassified. Got basically 1/10 of a gram. So not too bad for one 5-gallon pail. If you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell icon to receive future notifications on other videos. Couple weeks, we'll be at Nugget Lake County Park. Myself, Eric, my wife, and my daughter, Brandy. We'll be down at Nugget Lake for a week. So stay tuned for that video coming up. Till next time, folks, God bless.